We don't do drugs because the economy is not good. You can only do drugs when the economy... And that's the rule. That's all it is, right? I don't want to have to start a GoFundMe every time I have the munchies. That's a bleak existence. Hi, guys. Hi, hello. My name is Sharon because of your ancestors. And it's nice to be here. It's really nice to be here. Listen, big news. I'm pregnant. Soon, I'm working on it. I've decided this is year I want to get pregnant. I've been trying all year, actually, I've really been trying to get pregnant. Right, and I stay with women, so it's been difficult, but I'm giving it my best go. I am tired of standing on trains. Is anyone here pregnant? Is anyone here pregnant, but they haven't told their partner? Is anyone here pregnant, but it's not their partners? Just checking. I feel ready for motherhood most days. Other days, I'm like, I don't know. Find myself crying a lot, maybe a little bit depressed. Feel like there's this void in me that I can't fill with like sex, drugs, alcohol, stand-up comedy. What's the point? Do you know what I mean? There's so much poverty and famine and war. And then I have a sandwich and I'm like, oh, I was just hungry. Actually, don't know, I have the mental fortitude to be a mom, but I do. I've decided I'm gonna have a baby, and my baby's gonna be from Brooklyn. Not born there, just the accent. I don't know, I just want to hear once in my life, hey, Ma, I'm teething here. And if I have to give birth to do it, then I will. I'm gonna have a baby. But before I have a baby, I want to have a house, right? That's what I really want. I really want a house. Can you give me a cheer if you own your own property? Oh my gosh, I hope you all die. I'm so insanely jealous. Are you kidding me? It feels impossible for young people in this country to even entertain the idea of a mortgage, right? And I went away and I did some research and found some statistics, and I'm going to share them with you. Fair warning, they are very depressing, but if you have a platform, you have to use it. Do you know what I mean? Get ready to wrap your fat little cocks around these zany statistics. As of July 2024, 50% of UK adults live with their parents. Shocking. Average house price in the UK, £1.2 million. What? I know. Homeowners are 28% less likely to develop scurvy. Madness. 14% of children aged 3 to 11 have never seen a garden shed. What? Now, honestly speaking, none of those statistics are true, but the way they made you feel, that can't be ignored. And it does feel like, honestly, it's ridiculous. It does feel like, right, the people who have houses, they're not doing it in the right way. They're not. I miss when rich people had whimsy. Do you know what I mean? When like Roman emperors would like leave snakes in their guest bedrooms. Or, I don't know if you know, American filmmaker Jon Waters has a recreation of a meth lab in his house. Does anyone here have a recreation of a meth lab in their house? Not even a recreation of an attic where you grow weed? Burn it all to the ground, I say. I miss that. Because people say things like, when they buy a house, they say things like, it's going to be personal. I'm going to provide a personal touch. It's going to be my home. And then they'll go away and find something online, like a wall decal that says something like, home is where the family is. Oh, no, be a man, have a meth lab. It does feel impossible to be a young person in this country, though, honestly speaking, right? Actually, I read an article recently, because not to brag, I can read, and in this article, they were talking about how young people aren't drinking or doing drugs as much as they used to, but they sounded upset. What? That's the very thing the older generation warned us not to do. Do you remember those school assemblies where you'd come in and there'd be a police officer who was about 900 years old, and he'd say something like, don't smoke weed, don't ever smoke weed. If you smoke one weed, just one, then you'll get pregnant immediately and die. Then you'll rise from the dead. Then you'll steal a car. Then you'll steal a handbag. Then you'll steal a television. Then you'll steal a movie. And now it's like, we've grown up and the older generation are like, you bloody snowflakes. When I was your age, I was in the pub every night pissing on toddlers' heads. We can't win. We can't win. We don't do drugs because the economy is not good. You can only do drugs when the economy... And that's the rule. That's all it is, right? I don't want to have to start a GoFundMe every time I have the munchies. That's a bleak existence. That is not the vibe. You guys could do shrooms, right? Because you would be guaranteed to hallucinate some positive shit, right? You guys would take shrooms and you'd hallucinate things like a semi-detached on one's salary, or GP waiting times, that made sense. General zest for life. If I took shrooms, and I know this for a fact, I would hallucinate my dead-end bullshit marketing job and bosses screaming at me for the 3rd time that week because I never found a way to manage to use skibbity toilet riz in a TikTok. Like, I can't, we don't do cat because we don't have keys because we don't have houses. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. You guys have been so nice. I hope you all get pregnant. Okay, love you, bye.